r/AskReddit. What is something most people need to hear but no one has the guts to tell people? Don't be yourself. Be your best self. High school was a long time ago. We haven't aged well. In fact, we look like our parents. And I don't remember you. I'm 23 and I already forgot most of the popol. Some people aren't fit to be parents. Just started working at a daycare a couple weeks ago and yeah, it's really heartbreaking watching shitty parents ruin a good kid. Stop fishing for compliments. It's annoying. Nobody cares about that small thing you're afraid they'll notice. They're too obsessed with their own small things they're afraid you will notice. That company you work for doesn't give a crap about you. Update your resume, pop that bad boy on Indeed, and move on to better places. Who you are is not who you are doomed to be. Sometimes, it is you and not them. Stop looking at your phone while driving. Not everyone wants to be your friend. Nice does not mean loyalty. This goes double for coworkers. Best way I heard this was, you could be the juiciest peach ever created, but some people just don't like peaches. Being an asshole isn't quirky. Had a rhyme such a b lol. Shut up and let people finish their sentences. Stop interrupting. There is only one occasion it's okay to interrupt someone. And that's when that someone is a conversation dominator who literally will not stop the flow of words from their mouth to let anyone else participate. Especially when in a group setting. Saying that's just the way I am is a pathetic way of avoiding growing out of poor behaviors and habits. Mold yourself, stretch yourself, make yourself better. I can see your butt crack when you sit down or stand up. If you want to be good at something, you can't just like it. You have to want to put effort into it. If you aren't, don't waste your time. Now, medical school is too hard. I'm just gonna start doing surgeries in my basement. I get to play with so many cool tools. No. Some people are socially anxious and can be extremely compliant. Saying no won't hurt someone's feelings most of the time. The guy at the sandwich shop I went to asked me if I would get an Uber from my account for his friend who looked like he was from the hills have eyes. I said no and the fucker didn't put the peppers on my sandwich. If we are standing in line at the post office and you absolutely must listen to a video on your phone, please put on headphones. No one else wants to listen to your political talk show or Jim Rome's hot take on the Browns' offensive play calls. Seriously, how did anyone come to think it's okay to have your phone making noise in a public setting? I hear guys watching videos on the can at work. I had a guy playing some stupid catching game in the doctor's office waiting room. WTF. Chew with your mouth closed. It's considered rude to say this to someone, but they really need to hear it. I'd want someone to tell me. You really should not have kids. Related, I really don't think you should marry that person. One of my best friends is engaged to an idiot. The idea of her raising kids is terrifying. Coping mechanisms and unhealthy habits may have helped you deal with a shitty childhood, but you're not a child anymore. It's time to get help and work on yourself. Thank you. I'm doing that. Sober October. When you ask someone why don't you talk more, they are probably thinking why don't you talk less? I rather enjoy silence, actually. That they have disgusting breath. I've learned to really appreciate people who tell me this or something like me having something stuck in my teeth. Assuming they don't make a scene of it, they are essentially saving me from further embarrassment. Your MLM is just a thinly disguised pyramid scheme, and it will never make you rich, and you're an idiot for falling for it. You are in no way a small business owner. Not for most people, but the people who need to hear it really need to hear it. I've even told this directly to my cousin and she just doubles down. She believes pseudoscience crap too. The video you're showing me isn't funny. I would never say it, but god I hate fake laughing for 4 minutes. I don't love you anymore. Seriously, if that's true, tell the person, and don't string them along 4 years in a sham of a relationship, just because you don't have the guts to tell the truth. Always be doing exactly what you want with the person you want to be with. Had this happened to me, he told me he hadn't loved me for the last 2 years. Pretty much instantly figured out where all my anxiety had come from. I knew, but I thought that, if I just did enough for him, that he'd love me again. It took a lot of therapy to get over that anxiety. If you complained less about others and focused on the good, you'd probably be better off. Every selfish act you do is affecting another person or another living thing in a negative way. You cut in line, you leave a shopping cart in the parking space, you literally makes another person's life just that much harder. At the firehouse, dudes are absolutely brutally honest. Some of them have absolutely zero feelings of discomfort when confronting a dude that needs to change his shit up, from being a shitty firefighter to needing to close your mouth when you're chewing food. When it happens, and I'm present to see it go down, it makes me want to melt into the chair or just get up and run out of the building. But it's usually so goddamn effective. Dudes straighten out the issue most of the time. People need to hear about their shittiness in specifics. I'm glad there are guys out there that aren't afraid to do it. Stop giving unsolicited advice and making the conversation about you when someone talks about a problem they're having. Learn to listen. Luckily for me, you solicited this advice. It's okay to struggle with your mental health, but it's important that you get help for it in whatever way is best for you. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Just because I know you, or you're from the same town as me doesn't mean I have to support you, your business, or your shitty music. Put in some work, and make people care about what you're doing. You need to bathe regularly, and brush your teeth please. Bad breath is so common. I don't care if your breath smells like onion or garlic, but can't stand that fermented morning breath thing some people nurse through the day. Please go home from the party. I hate hosting, and people won't leave. No, your kids running around screaming at the tops of their lungs is not cute. It is very annoying. Even more annoying is that you are not teaching them manners or how to be mindful and considerate of those around them. When your significant other is cheating on you. Back when an ex-girlfriend of mine was cheating on me, a bunch of people knew, but only one guy actually told me, and I very much appreciated that. The super loud annoying exhaust pipe on your 1999 Honda Civic doesn't make your dick bigger. I don't give a shit about what you do, this is for them assholes that brag that they're selfish and rude, and sometimes they aren't just being blunt, they are being extremely mean. And that not everyone cares what they have to say. Just because you have a position of authority, it does not mean you have the right to be rude to everyone beneath you. Stop waiting for people to rescue you. Stop expecting friends to be freelance therapists. Helplessness drives everyone away, but predators or enablers. I learned this the hard way and drove away a relationship I really valued. It's not fair to expect a friend or a lover to do what a therapist is trained to do. It's okay to talk about stuff, but you can't expect them to keep you afloat forever. There's a reason you need to be qualified to be a therapist. The person you keep breaking up with and getting back with is not your soulmate. You're both embarrassing yourselves and everyone is tired of hearing simultaneously about how terrible they are and how this time is different. Turn your music down. It's freaking obnoxious. You are the cause of, and the solution to, most all of your problems. Wait, I'm alcohol? The government isn't going to fix itself, so stop pretending you're an aloof genius and get involved. We're all in this together. When it comes to poor mental health or addiction, the person can only get better. If they want to get better, you can have all of the love in the world for them, but if that person doesn't actually genuinely want to be better and be a better person, it isn't going to happen. The more time, energy, and effort you put into your life, the more it will resemble the life you want. Just say please and thank you to the people in the service industry. They're humans too. A lot of people acknowledge that this is a problem, but not as many will tell someone straight to their face that they're being a total prick to some 20-year-old cashier that has absolutely no say in how much that backpack costs. Sorry, but I have to go, or sorry, I can't talk right now. I hate when I'm out with my family and a customer from work spots me and wants to talk about work-related stuff. I'm slowly learning to say sorry for keeping you, turn it around on them, and they'll have no idea what to do. Works every time. Sorry for keeping you invites, oh no you're not keeping me. So I generally stick with lovely / so good to see you, but I should get back to my family. See you at work.